Dewanawanga.
What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and welcome to Season 2 of Star Wars Alien Species. If you like these videos, then please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell for more alien species in the future. And you are more than welcome to put the next alien species that you would like in the next video down in the comments. And without further ado, Ryloth is a planet of extremes, marked by turbulent seasons that march from its scorching deserts to its snowy wastes, passing through the lush intermediate temperature band where much of its population resides. The Twi'leks originated on Ryloth, but have become so ingrained in galactic society that far more of them can be found off-world. Twi'leks on Ryloth live everywhere, from the temperate zones where cities such as the capital of Asu lie, to sealed caves deep inside the desert mountains where blistering heat storms and armored predators, including the Twi'lek, cannot penetrate. Spaceports such as Lesu and Kalaun can accommodate most starships, but Twi'lek technology is not particularly advanced. Some off-worlders come to Ryloth to view the wind-suspended stones of the famous floating rock gardens, but most value only two things: slaves and spice. Ryloth has used slavery as its primary currency since the time of its entry into the Republic, circa 10,000 BBY. Twi'lek dancing girls are perennially popular, and their sale has long been tolerated by whatever government holds power on Coruscant. Mineral blooms of Ryle spice are found in abundance on Ryloth, and its mining and trafficking fuel the planet's shadowy economy. Although Ryloth sits on the outer rim leg of the Corellian Run, little of its spice travels that public route. More common is the back door of the Deathwind Corridor, pushing through the cloak of the Sith and linking Ryloth to Rune. The inhabitants of Ryloth traditionally avoid taking a stand on any issue. "One cannot defeat a heat storm, one must ride it," is a favorite proverb. During the Clone Wars, Twi'lek politicians on Coruscant affirmed their loyalty to the Republic, even as other Twi'leks kept negotiations open with the Separatists. This delicate dance collapsed when a Separatist army invaded the system, subjecting it to a brutal occupation. The Twi'leks fared better than other alien species under Imperial rule, always finding a new angle to improve their lot. Ryloth took on galactic importance in 6 AB when it provided the Ryle stock needed to synthesize a cure for the Krytos virus. In 24 ABY, Twi'lek firebrand Nola Tarkana seized control of Ryloth and made it the headquarters of the Diversity Alliance, her anti-human political movement. Cooler heads soon prevailed, and the planet maintained an intentionally low profile during the Yuuzhan Vong and Imperial Sith Wars. Ryloth has a diameter of 10,600 kilometers. Its day is 19 standard hours, and it has a year of 305 standard days. It has a population of 1.5 billion. Its sentient species is obviously the Twi'leks, with a species mix of 76% Twi'lek and 24% other. Languages spoken: Twi'leki, or Rylothian, Leku, Basic. They are a feudal meritocracy, and they export Ryle spice and slaves, and import foodstuffs, medicine, and technology. Twi'leks are tall, generally thin humanoids indigenous to the Ryloth star system in the Outer Rim. Their most notable features are their tentacle head tails, called both Leku and Chin Chun, that protrude from the back of their skull, distinguishing them from the multitude of other species found across the known galaxy. These fatty, tapered, prehensile growths serve both sensual and cognitive functions, including the storing of memories. In fact, some of the records located from the Old Republic era indicate that this storage capacity allowed the Jedi Aayla Secura to recall her Jedi training after her memories were stolen from her. In conversation, Twi'leks will often refer to their Leku individually, Chin meaning right Leku and Chun meaning left Leku. Twi'leks' smooth skin comes in many variations of blue, red, yellow, orange, deep green, and even striped. Sharp, claw-like nails punctuate their long, flexible fingers, and their orange or yellow eyes are especially good for seeing in the dark. Ryloth is a dry, rocky world with a particular orbit that has resulted in half of the planet becoming a barren, unlivable desert, where the sun's rays constantly scorch the surface. The other side is always trapped in frigid darkness. Most of Ryloth's indigenous species inhabit the cold, dark portion of the planet, while the Twi'leks live in cities carved out of the mountains in the twilight section of the world, where the temperature is somewhat comfortable. Theirs is a primitive industrial civilization based on windmills and air-spun turbines that provide power for heat, light, air circulation, and minor industry within their city complexes. Frequently, hot air blows from the sun-based regions, referred to as heat storms. These winds drive the turbines and windmills. The dry twisters can reach temperatures in excess of 300 degrees Celsius, with gusts hitting 500 kilometers per hour. While very dangerous, they provide the warmth necessary to sustain life. Twi'leks are omnivorous, cultivating edible molds and fungi, and raising bovine crids for food and clothing, while their ancestors might have been hunters who struck out upon the frosty plains to find game for sustenance. Present-day Twi'leks have developed a more agrarian society. The Twi'lek people are highly intelligent, capable of learning and speaking most galactic languages. Their own dialect combines verbal sounds and subtle movements of their Leku to communicate complete concepts. Even the most advanced linguists have difficulty interpreting all the head-tail movements inherent to the Twi'lek language. For this reason, when two Twi'leks converse in public, their discussion often remains completely private, unless it is observed by another Twi'lek or a quality protocol droid. This linguistic feature has been the cause of much suspicion on the part of many outsiders throughout history, particularly Imperials, who believed that since Twi'leks sent secret signals with their headtails, they were duplicitous spies. In truth, Twi'leks see their Leku as spiritual appendages, and in jostling them, they express the movement of inner divinity. While this may indeed be considered extra communication, it is actually contact at a metaphysical level. While the meaning is mostly private between speakers, it is usually not two-faced or deceitful to those outside the communication, unless absolutely necessary. Normally it is merely truthful and real, and cannot go against their verbal expression, not, at least, without extreme concentration. Recent studies done by the Jedi of the New Republic found that Twi'leks are in fact a generally force-sensitive people, and that their Leku interaction is tied to their inherent force sensitivity. This may also explain some of their suspect treatment at the hands of the Empire. Contrary to the paranoia expressed by the Empire, the people of Ryloth are not at all warlike and remained clear of the Imperial conflict during the Galactic Civil War, although if they had been called upon to spy for either side, they would have been quite good at it. They prefer cunning and slyness over physical confrontation. Hidden beneath the surface of their world, their city complexes are massive, interconnecting networks of catacombs and chambers. Built in rocky outcroppings, they blend right in with the environment of the planet, vivid evidence of this people's subtle nature. Each of their cities is autonomous and governed by a head clan consisting of 5 Twi'lek males who collectively direct industry and trade. These leaders are born to their positions and exercise absolute power. When one member of the head clan dies, the remaining 4 are driven out to follow their colleague to the Bright Lands, making room for the next generation. If there is no immediate generation to follow, a set of regents takes over until a new head clan can be selected. Given that a seat within the head clan is handed down within families, intra- and inter-clan rivalries abound. Subterfuge within one's own clan is almost to be expected, although Twi'leks who are caught and disgraced among their people are also driven into the Bright Lands. Because Twi'leks possess no spacefaring capabilities of their own, they have grown dependent on neighboring systems, as well as on pirates, smugglers, and merchants, for much of their galactic interaction. One of their greatest exports is the mineral ryle, which is used in many medicines, but also as an expensive and addictive recreational drug. Ryloth has become very vulnerable to the underbelly of the galaxy life. Slaving vessels have often combed the planet to stock their thriving ryle stores, while smugglers often raid ryle storehouses. Some head clans have actually given their own people into slavery as a protection payment, feeling threatened by the possibility of widespread pillaging. Slavery has historically been a serious problem among the Twi'lek clans, particularly for their female members. In traditional Twi'lek society, women are expected to be subservient to men and are often treated as afterthoughts or accessories. They are not considered particularly intelligent or capable, having value only to the degree that they please others. Twi'lek women were commonly sold into slavery, even by their own clans, to become dancers or companions, as their beauty and grace is favored galaxy-wide by many different species. Lethan, or red-skinned, Twi'lek women fetch a startlingly high price on the open market. With the dawn of the New Republic, some head clans on Ryloth banded together to stop the slave trade and protect one another from the retribution of angry smugglers and traders. This has created a much safer environment, and more legitimate trading organizations have started to bring business to the world. Following this, Twi'leks began to take on a visible and influential role in the New Republic, often serving as pilots, as advocates, and in other positions. This new prominence was almost jeopardized when the rogue Imperial warlord Zinj brainwashed Twi'leks into attempting to assassinate Admiral Akbar and Republic hero Wedge Antilles. Following this, all Twi'leks were temporarily removed from active military duty until the plot was discovered. Thankfully, before it could reach its conclusion, the Twi'lek species was vindicated and returned to its former level of influence in galactic affairs. And you can see Twi'leks in Bib Fortuna in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And you can also see Aayla Secura in the prequels. Alright, that is the Twi'leks, and that's the first episode of Season 2 of Star Wars Alien Species. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and as well as picking the next alien species for Episode 2. Right now you can watch some other alien videos on screen now. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and until next time, thanks for watching.